if you kind of keep a few of these things in mind, it can help us really control our attitude. Number one, we're in control of it. Number two, misery loves company, so stay away from the people that are going to try to turn you into a negative thing. Third thing you want to keep in mind about controlling your own attitude is that we will become, or you will become, just like the people you hang around with. I learned that piece of wisdom from my mom. When I was like 12, 13 years old, so don't hang around with those kids. You're going to start hanging out. You're going to start, being in juvie and all that kind of stuff too. And so, and I somewhat listened to her. I was pretty young. And so, a lot of times when we're dealing with difficult people, that's kind of the key point. Is to remind. Sometimes people are jerks. Not all the times, but and if they are, sometimes it might be a matter of just waiting and being patient and kind of letting them change their attitude or get fixed on their attitude, and things kind of work out for themselves. Second thing is that sometimes people are just reacting in kind. We want to be careful about the way that we are speaking and communicating with people, because sometimes they will react in a negative way as well. Now, real quick, these are the 5 things that you can do. 5 quick little things that you can do when you're dealing with somebody, whether they are truly a jerk, or whether they're just having a bad day, or whether they're responding in kind to something that we've done to them. If any one of those 3 things have happened, then these 5 things can kind of help. First thing we want to do, especially if it's one of those situations where you think somebody might be having a bad day, is we always want to give them the benefit of the doubt, at least temporarily. We don't want to judge them as being, oh, this person is a jerk, this person's a difficult person right away. You always want to give people the benefit of the doubt. I was at the airport a couple weeks ago, and the flight got delayed, and it was a mechanical difficulty. It had nothing to do with weather. Things happen. And I'm the kind of person that when the plane has a mechanical problem or something, I would much rather than fix it than to put us on the plane and not fix it. It's just me. It's just me. I'd much rather be on a plane that's actually fixed than not. But it was amazing how many people came up and were worried about their connections and things like that to the person who was behind the counter, right? And after about the 3rd or 4th person came up, I was kind of standing up there because I was thinking that the plane's going to be fixed fairly quickly and I'll get on the plane. So I was kind of standing up watching, and I kind of looked at the lady behind the counter and I said, "Having a bad day, huh?" And she kind of laughed, and she says, she said, "I can be," and she kind of explained to me the same thing that I just kind of said too. She said, "It's a mechanical problem. You'd think people would be more understanding about that, but in a lot of cases they're not, and so we just got to have to deal with it, right?" And so, but it was funny how the moment that I said, "Are you having a bad day?" she kind of smiled. For the first time in the whole time that I was there that evening, she smiled. And her attitude changed a little bit just because I kind of gave her the benefit of the doubt. She's not a difficult person. She's having a difficult situation, and she's doing the best with it. And sometimes we kind of got to do that. We have to give people the benefit of the doubt.